Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck. Hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack. Starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack. Produced by Barry Laminack. Directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack. Featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Wednesday, September 10th, 2025, and this is episode number 982 of Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show, welcome to the program. Hey, hello, hi, how are you? My apologies for the late show. Several things going on at once with your boy. What up, Stephen Luther? 2 days in a row. Oh my God. Yeah, things are a bit crazy for your mans right now. A bit wild. A bit topsy-turvy. I am leaving. Excuse me. Pardon me. I am leaving in less than 24 hours. I think I leave early in the morning, actually, for Indiana for the weekend. So this will be the last show of the day. I wanted to get one in. I almost didn't do one. Just way too much. You guys know when I leave town, just way too much shit going on. But I was like, you know what? I have to do one today. We have to talk about what's going on. We have to talk about what's happening in the world. Plus, we have to do our Pick'em contest. Yeah, we have the Barry on Deck Pick'em challenge that we have to get in. And we've got to make sure that goes down. Is YouTube not working, AJB? What's going on? I saw nobody's over there. And I see you're on Twitch. What's happening right now on the YouTubes? Is it not working? Is it not a thing? Is it not happening? Let me go see what's going on over there. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. Aha. Aha. All right. It's up now. It's up now. It is up. Let's see. Let me try that. That should work now. Here's the link. If you guys want to go watch it on YouTube, I know some of you would prefer it. Here it is, AJB. I know that is your preference. There's the YouTube link if you guys want to go watch over there. I know some of you prefer YouTube. It's just better for you. Yeah, that was my bad. I had a boo-boo on the settings, so my fault. Should be fixed now. Got you taken care of, AJB. You're good to go, buddy. All right, for the rest of you, let's get it. Okay. Yes, Donna, I apologize. I know it sucks. What up, Chuck? Holy shit. Chuck Dunaway's in the building. Look at that. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. When I set it up, I accidentally had the YouTube on private and not public. So it's been up. It's just on private. Like I'm a private dancer. So again, apologies for the late start. I've been scrambling like mad to get this. I'm trying to get some ads up and running for my show in Indiana. I'm in a small town in Indiana called Schererville. It's Northwest Indiana. I guess it's technically considered like Gary is the closest. I guess it would be like if I was like, oh, I'm in Katy. You would really just say like Houston, you know? But I guess it's like Gary, Indiana, I guess, or south side of Chicago too. Anyways, I thought you were going to say I was trying to get some ass. I wouldn't say that. And also, if I was getting some ass, I wouldn't do a show, Rudy Rod. What kind of weirdo do you think I am? What up, Katie? You think I would do a show if I was getting some ass? First of all, I would never tell you if I was getting some ass. Nora would kill me. That is super private. And she, you know. Mark said, damn, B, Gary, be safe, man. Is it that bad? Is the crime rate that bad over there in Gary, Indiana? Is it just be like that sometimes, I guess? Why does that keep happening? You stupid ass. Okay. Refresh title. There we go. Yep. Let's talk about it. B. Hannon, let's not delay the inevitable. I don't have much time. I've got more shit I got to get taken care of. Yeah, Chicago even talks about how bad Gary is. Oh, Lord. Well, it's south of that. It's like, I don't know. Here, I'll show you where it's at. It's like in a suburb. Let's see. Schererville, Indiana. Let's see. Maps. Close. There we go. So, bitch. I'm going to show you this and then we're going to get to what y'all really want to talk about. I know what you want to talk about. Here it is. So that's Schererville. There's Scary Gary. Oh, damn. That don't look good. Yeah, so there's Gary, Indiana, East Chicago. There's Chicago. There's the south side. There we go. So it's kind of suburban-ish. Schererville is. So it's not like I'm in the heart of Gary, Indiana over here. And Jeff Bell said, bring your vest. Chuck said, take a shot, Barry. Be a man. Like, take a shot to my chest? Like, get shot? No, thanks. No, thanks. But yeah, that's where I'm headed. Is Schererville. That's where I'll be. So, you know, it's not like, let's see, if I was going to say, let's see, Gary, how far is it? About 30 minutes, 45, about 30 minutes or so. So again, it's in the suburbs. It's in the suburbs of Gary, Indiana. So it would be, like I said, it's like Katy. So I ain't scared. And then they were booking me. They were going to book me for a club on the south side in Chicago also. And I was like, okay, now that's a little more concerning. I know about the south side of Chicago. Its reputation precedes itself. But then that fell through. So I'm not doing. But that would have been a hell of a trip. Gary, Indiana, and the south side of Chicago. You trying to kill me, buddy? All right. So, let's talk about it. Right here. You see it. I see it. The radio business sucks. Let's talk about it. If you hadn't heard the news, it ain't good. By the way, shout out to everybody. It's weird. The numbers always go way up. when something happens at the radio station. It's like everybody comes to the show. They want to hear what I'm going to say. They want to see if I'm going to freak the fuck out. And then they leave. And then nobody comes back until something bad happens or, something happens to me. But I don't see some of y'all. And some of y'all are quiet. Like some of you are chatting, which is great. It's cool. It's good to see you. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Chuck said I'm too white to go to the south side of Chicago. No, I get that. It was gonna be an all sips or something like that. But that's okay. I get it. That's the nature of the beast. It's fine. We talk and we don't judge. If you hadn't heard the news, ESPN is going through its, I'll just go ahead and say it. It's going through its, I'll say annual budget cuts. And inevitably, what that means is that bad things happen to good people. By now, you've no doubt heard, if you keep up with the station at all, there have been several layoffs over at ESPN 97.5. I know some of the sales staff was let go, but sadly, and I'm not going to say more importantly, but both Paul Gallant and my buddy, my pal, my dude, my G, my man 50 grand, Joel Blank, was let go from ESPN 97.5 yesterday. And first of all, I'll say this. If you have a chance, reach out to both of them. I can tell you, I messaged Paul on his Facebook, and I still plan to text him because I owe him that. Actually, I probably owe him a phone call. But I will say that having gone through it, there is a range of emotions that happens that you go through when something like this occurs. But amongst all of them and through all of it and in the midst of all of it, the one thing that really buoys you, the one thing that really makes you feel whole or keeps you sane is the love and the support and the kind words from your listeners, your fan base, the people that you talk to every day for the past however many years. Joel and I started doing a show right after Super Bowl. Right after the Super Bowl came to Houston, which was 2017. When did the Super Bowl come to Houston? 2017. So that is when we were doing shows 2016. We were doing that weird thing that they did where they made myself and Travis Johnson kind of compete leading up to that. So Joel has been on air at ESPN 97.5 for damn near a decade. 9 years, roughly. As we started, in fact, it's on my calendar. When I started, oddly enough, I had put it, and it was listed on my calendar, begrudgingly at the time, as the Joel Blank Show. I mean, that infuriated me at the time. But they didn't know. They didn't know what it was going to be or anything like that. And that was not his fault nor his doing. But yeah, I'm trying to find when we started that. August. I was still doing game day. Let's see. Yep. Remote and College Station with Joel Blank. That is the first time Joel and I ever did radio together. August 8, 2016. And I did the Blitz the week after that. And then they messaged me after Joel and I did that, August 8, 2016. And it was a couple of weeks after that they said, hey, we're wanting to do a midday show, and we want you to audition for it and go up against Travis Johnson. You'll be Mondays and Fridays, or you'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Travis Johnson will be Mondays and Fridays. So Joel officially started September 5th, 2016. So literally, we're talking almost 9 years to the day, which also sucks. I mean, this is his 9-year anniversary of being on the air. That's a long time to be at one station. So, what up, Walt? So the first thing I would say is reach out. If you get a chance, message Joel and message Paul, both. But now let's talk about the business. And now let's talk about radio. Well, yeah, let's first talk about that, Total Dallas. Let's talk about the timing. Now, I am an impartial observer here. I don't work there. My loyalty is to my friends. My loyalty is to Paul and Joel. I don't harbor any ill will towards anybody. But I would say this. Why do it right after a listener party? You know what I mean? Why do it immediately after such a what should be a monumental celebration? Why do it then? It just, the optics on it are poor. First of all, I think if you're going to do something like that, and you know that this is coming, and they do, maybe do that months before, or wait until months after. And that's not a good excuse. The party was a tax write-off. No, I get that. I just think if you have a party on a listener appreciation party, and then you turn right around. When was the party? Friday? And then you turn around and 4 days later, you start letting go of on-air talent and budget cuts and stuff like that. Look, I get it. It is a business, okay? And it's a tough business. And it sucks. And the radio business can be brutal. I just think the optics of doing it 4 days after you have this huge get-together, just bad. Just a bad look. Just a bad look, I think. And y'all are all surprised. I thought everybody knew. I really thought everybody knew. I'm surprised that y'all didn't know. I'm surprised more people didn't know. Yeah, I'm shocked that y'all didn't know. Tony said, I felt there was something evil about the listener party. I'm glad I didn't go. May the bridges I burn light the way. Yeah. Well, now maybe I shouldn't have done this if Joel hadn't announced it yet, but, cat's out of the bag. He's going to announce it anyways. I thought it was known. Whatever. Maybe Paul announced it. When did Joel do a show yesterday? I don't think Joel did a show yesterday, did he? He's certainly not doing one today. Oh, it was announced this morning. There are news stories about it. It was announced on the bench this morning. Okay. It's known the new lineup is on the site. Oh, let's take a look at the new lineup. Because I made a prediction, and I don't know the new lineup. I made a prediction of what I think it's going to be. And I'm going to write this down. I've not looked, okay? I've not looked at all, but I want to write this down because I have a theory. And I want to see if it's right or not. And if it's not right, I'm not going to show you for certain reasons. If it's not, I'm not gonna show you. So let's go take a look and see what it is on the site. Let's go ESPN. Okay, so it's been said, so it was out there. Okay, I didn't break the news then, thank God. New lineup has been announced. Let's see, on air schedule. Not exactly what I thought, but I was close. I think this will change. It is just a short-term thing. Yeah, Walt said I don't really follow what's going on anymore. Dell talked about it too. Okay, good. Thank God. Because I was like, man, if I'm the one breaking the news, then Jesus, I'm going to feel terrible. Here's a new lineup. So it's John Lance, the Del Olele show from 10 to noon, Rich Eisen from 12 to 3, Jeremy Branham and Joe George from 3 until 6. And then Soccer Matters, Comicast, Mike Elko Show. You've got the Swarmcast with Will Kunkel and Joe George from 6 to 7 on Thursdays. And then on Fridays, it's Inside the Box from 6 to 7. But everything else kind of remains the same. So, the Rich Eisen show is new on ESPN. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I'll show you. This is what I predicted. This was my prediction. That was close. That was close. I thought it was going to be Joe George taking over Paul Gallant's spot. And I thought that they were going to bring in Will Kunkel to work with Jeremy. Let me explain a couple things about how this works, right? So, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen to Donna. I'll say this. Let's just start with the reason. Because it happened to me and Raheel. And it's happened again. And it seems like this is a recurring thing since I've been involved at ESPN. Okay? Since I've been around that station, and I started at ESPN in 2013. And this is probably going to get me in a little bit of hot water. And I probably shouldn't say what I'm about to say. But I don't say this to be inflammatory. I don't say this to attack. I don't say this to be negative. I say this as a matter of opinion and what I feel to be fact. I say this just as a matter of pointing out track record. ESPN 97.5 has, for the better part of at least since I've been there, continuously had to make cuts for financial reasons. It's why I was dropped during COVID. It's why Joel and Paul have been cut. It's why several times you've heard of your favorite shows or favorite broadcasters getting cut. And I think there's two schools of thought here. There's either they don't want to just come in and say, you're not who we're looking for, we're going in a different direction. And maybe it's the landscape of corporate America and, hey, it's tough and you have to have a reason to fire somebody. But I don't think that's the case because that's never been the case in radio. You've never needed a reason in radio. And look, I'll just be honest. That station's ratings have just been ass. And that includes the drive time. And you can get mad at me. But the fact of the matter is, it is right here for everyone to see, plain as day. If you scroll down and you find KILT pulls in a 0.9, here's the ratings. This is May, June, July, August. Right there. Okay. The number one radio station in the city is KMJQ. 6.6, 6.5, 6.5, 6.7. Before that, it was KODA, KODA, KSBJ. Then you've got KKBQ, KGLK, KTBZ, KTRH. These are all the numbers that they've pulled in. And August is what it's based off of. The most recent book. 6.7. But you can see KODA pulled in a 7.6 in May. And their numbers are way down. Okay? But you can clearly see there's the box pulling in a 3.4 and a 4.1. And by the way, all of these numbers, not good. And I'll show you why. But all of these numbers, and you can see that this is sports right here. This is the first sports talk station. And it's KBME, that's 790. And they've pulled in a 1, a 1.1, a 1.4, and a 1.6 share. All right. The next closest is KILT. They've pulled in a 0.9, a 0.9, a 1.1, and a 1.0. So KBME has the Astros, and that carried them through the dog days of summer. And KILT was close without the Texans. And now KILT is going to leapfrog them because it's football season. Baseball season will wind down. Football season will start up. But they'll be neck and neck until the end of October. And then, assuming the Astros make the playoffs. And then basketball will start, but no one will give a fuck. But that'll all be there. But if we just keep scrolling down, we get down. Oh, here's sports. Oh, wait. That's KILT's streaming station. 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Guys? Unless I'm missing it, ESPN 97.5 isn't even registering in the ratings books. That means they're not getting a share. They're getting a 0 share. Like, that's not good. So, like, let's see if I could go. If I'll just do this, I'm just gonna do sports, Control F V. There's KILT, KILT, KQBU, KBME. Okay. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. KILT's streaming is pulling in a share. So This is the number 6. What you see there, that's the number 6 media market in the country, Houston, Galveston. Let's see. Can I change the books? Let me see if I can get the historical data. No, I can't get historical data. Yeah, I can't see. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I was just trying to find historical data. So now this isn't like the detailed end all be all of ratings, right? This isn't, but this gives you an idea. This gives you an idea, okay? Now, I want to show you something else. Just how bad radio is just in Houston in general. If we go over to let's see. This thing's by market rank. There we go. Dallas. You see that? Sports is third on the list in Dallas. 5.9, 5.1, 4.7, 4.3. Now, I want to show you one more thing, and this is going to seem rather petty. I saved this. I sure did. Here was a ratings book. Here was a ratings book from a while back. This was a book from a few years ago when Joel and I did The Usual Suspects. This is per time slot. We were pulling in a 2.3 share for our time slot. The Blitz was pulling in a 2.7 share. I think Palillo was our lead in at a 1.6. I don't remember who was before Palillo. But, it was the bench. That's right, because they broke it up. The bench was 7 to 11. So the bench pulled in a 2.2 and a 1.1 because the other stations broke theirs up into 2-hour increments. But we were 1 to 4, and the Blitz was 4 to 7. And then eventually, Raheel and Dale. No, I don't think so. This was after that. I think this was Palillo leading into us. But 2.3. They don't even register now. So I mean, even when I'm looking at this, we would pull in a 0.6 on this thing. That was the whole station. A 0.6, a 0.3. And I didn't save the books that we won. I don't know why. But yet, they continue to make cuts because they don't make money. Well, so that answers your question, Titan Hugo. 2.7 and 2.3. Prime days of The Usual Suspects and the Blitz. Beating the other stations. But it's cyclical. Okay? Radio is cyclical. Ratings are cyclical. But my point, I guess, is this. If you have a yearly or bi-yearly or every 18 months or every 2 to 3 years, you're making cuts on your station because of budget. At some point, don't you think you stop and assess what are the constants? Because it's not the talent, at least not after a certain point, that's still around, that's costing money. I mean, there's some talent that you brought in that worked for free. There's still some talent that's there now working for free. There's some talent that makes a lot of money and they're worth it. And this isn't going to be a popular opinion over at that station. But I would think you might stop and evaluate, what does it take to have money? What does it take to make money? If you had shows that led books, if you had on-air personalities and talent that captured a fan base, that won their time slots, that led the market, and you couldn't capitalize on it then financially, is it the talent or is it sales? Is it on air or is it out there in the field? Because the proof is in the pudding. We won books. The talent has won books. How is there no money at that station? John and Lance are in the Texas Radio Hall of Fame. Glenn Davis is one of the greatest soccer minds in this country. Booker T is a national treasure when it comes to wrestling. The Blitz was one of the most popular and highly regarded radio programs in the city. The Usual Suspects had a cult following few could match. Charlie Palillo was a staple and an icon. Raheel Ramzanali was entrenched in the culture of this city. And you couldn't capitalize on it. You couldn't make any money on that lineup. If that lineup can't make you money, I don't know that your station is ever going to make money. If that lineup that we had at that time, if that lineup didn't make money, and that's why they cut us, and they've just since then been making budget cuts. And even before that, they would let people go because of budget cuts. And I love the sales people there. They're great people. But at some point, you got to be honest. And you got to stop pussyfooting around the issue. And the issue is not the talent. Joel Blank and Paul Gallant are good at their job. Joel Blank and Paul Gallant are good at radio. Joel Blank should be on air in this city talking about sports. Period. End of story. He is damn good at what he does. And if you can't make money off of him, it's not Joel Blank's fault. That's a sales problem. That's a sales training problem. That's a signal issue. I learned a long time ago in business, and I'm not a great businessman. I'm not the smartest person in the world. But I learned a long time ago in business that when the chips are down and things aren't going well, what you don't do is cut certain things. You don't cut certain expenses. But what you do is you increase your marketing and you hire better salespeople. And that's how you turn things around. You market, you advertise, and you sell. It's the only way to make money in business. Period. End of story. I don't care what business you're in. It's why this show doesn't make money. Because I don't market, I don't advertise, and I don't sell. I sit here, I do a show 4 days a week. I go live, I turn it off. You guys are amazing. You support me. You support this show. And we have a great time. But the show hasn't grown in 5 years. And the reason it hasn't grown is, one, I haven't had the time, nor the energy, nor the capacity to market and sell this show like I should. But if I did, this show would make money. And this show would grow. But am I going to stop and blame the lack of revenue on this show on me and the content? No, I'm not. It's not me. I know what the problem is with Barry on Deck. I know exactly what it is. It's because I don't market the show. And it's because I don't sell it. And because I don't market it and it doesn't grow, I can't sell ads, so I can't make money. The content, I mean, you guys tell me, content's pretty fucking good. People watch it all the time and go, holy fuck, that's hilarious. That shit was crazy. That's hilarious. That's funny. This was great. That was great. We get raised and people are like, oh my God, I love the vibe of this show. This show is amazing. Where the fuck, this is W stream, da-da-da-da-da. It's rarely is it ever the talent. But in this business and in the radio business, it seems like sometimes, or maybe just in this situation, it's become easy to say budget cuts. Let's just cut some talent and some sales. And again, I don't want to burn a bridge at ESPN. I'm friends and love the vast majority of the people over there. I really am. But I think we just need to have an honest conversation about what the fuck is going on. And I'm having that conversation because I do care. And I'm also a little hurt for my boy Joel. I'm over it. Like, I'm fucking 5 years removed. I'm approaching episode 1000. I'm not saying this for me. They're never bringing me back. Never. And I'm not working for free, so I'm not going back. If they want to bring my show back, great. We talk about paying me, but that ship has sailed and I don't think of it in those terms. But what I am saying is that this city needs ESPN 97.5. This city needs John and Lance. This city needs that station. But in order for that station to exist, and it's a great station, David Gow is one of the best bosses I've ever had. Period. He really was. And a lot of people don't think that or say that, and that's bullshit. David Gow was fucking amazing. David Gow gave creative people the freedom to be creative. You don't get that a lot. There was nowhere else in radio that I could be me. The only person that ever gave me that was David Gow, and I will forever be grateful. So I don't want you guys to think that I am looking a gift horse in the mouth or that I am ever ungrateful. I feel a connection to that station. I love that station. I'm way past the hurt of being let go. I've gone back. I've been back. I love them. I wouldn't have gone and done the roast. Remember, I opened the roast by saying you roast the ones you love. If I didn't like them, if I didn't care for everybody there, if I didn't care for that station, when they asked me, I'd have said, fuck no. I would have just booked a show, made more money on a Friday night, and said, good luck to you. I like the people in that building. I love John and Lance. I respect a lot of people in that building. And it's partly why it hurts me to see this. But at some point, it's up to somebody to just come out and fucking say the truth. And I just feel like that's what I'm doing. Now, I'm sure I'll get some nasty texts. I might get blackballed. The way I look at it is, what are they going to do? Not hire me? I mean, I'm not getting hired. My chances of going back or getting another job in radio in this town are probably not great. Nobody really wants to hire me. And it's okay. I've come to terms with it. My career is in comedy. I know that. I will forever love sports talk radio, and I will do this as long as you guys will allow me. But I want that station to survive. The city needs it. The fans need it. There needs to be some honest conversations about what's really the problem over there. That station needs a sales revamp in a major way. It's never been about talent. Ever. There's been some amazing talent. And I'll even say it. I'll even give credit where credit is due. When you list the names that have gone through there, including Josh Ennis, say what you want, but that man can get some ears. Listen, I don't give a fuck if you hate listen or you love listen. If you listen, those are ears. And that's what matters when it comes to ratings and, more importantly, advertisers. All people care about is ears. If you can hear about their product, they don't give a shit why you hear about it. They just want you to hear about it. So if you just grudge fuck listen to Josh Ennis, that's just as good as if you're a fan of his. And a lot of people listened out of disdain for him wherever he goes. It's the same reason that people watch Stephen A. Smith and what's his name? Oh, shit. The guy Stephen A. Smith used to do a show with. Skip Bayless. It's the same reason. It's no different. But you couldn't make money with him? Sean Salisbury is another great example. I mean, the talent that has been in that studio at one point or another. The best of the absolute best in this city. The fuck, man? I don't get it. I don't get it. I do not get it. And that was another one, B-Hand, and Sean Salisbury used to lead into Joel and I. Before Charlie. You talk about a lineup? Even before Palillo. It was The Bench, with John and Lance, the Sean Salisbury Show, The Usual Suspects, and The Blitz. Are you fucking kidding me? Sean Salisbury now has his own morning drive show. So you basically had, and I'll freely admit it, our show should have been a drive time show. At one point, that lineup consisted of essentially 4 fucking drive time shows. John and Lance, Sean Salisbury, The Usual Suspects, and The Blitz. You guys were getting 4 drive time quality shows back to back to back to back. Nonstop. Couldn't make money on it. Really? How? I never had more than a few sponsors at most even when we were winning books. How do you not sell a guy who's a stand-up comedian, has the #1 radio show in the city, and is on TV? How are you not able to sell that as an advertiser, as a salesperson that sells advertising? How can you not market that? How can you not market a guy who spent 20 plus years with the Rockets, is smooth like fucking butter when he does a read? Some of the best reads you'll ever hear. I don't know. All I know is it's a sad day again. It's a sad fucking day. And my heart breaks for my dude. And it breaks for Paul too. I know Paul is a bit different in his situation. He's a single dude. Has the ability to pack it up, go to a different market, begin anew. And that's never fun, but there is some flexibility in what Paul can do. Joel has a family. He's got a wife who's rooted in this market also. It's a lot different. It was kind of the same thing for me. My wife is very family oriented and has a job, and I couldn't just, hey, oh, fuck it, I'm going to Reno and getting a radio job, or Poughkeepsie, and work my way up. I didn't have that luxury, and thank goodness I had comedy to fall back on. But yeah, I forgot about Carl Dukes coming through there. A lot of big names. So, well. How are you, sweetie? Good to see you, sis. Definitely the golden days. Paul said today he doesn't want to leave Houston. His girlfriend is here too. Yep. Hey, Jesus, I love you, buddy. You be good. Oh, Jesus, real quick. Hold on. Before you go, are you in the Pick'em? I have it if you are. Oh, you didn't get in the Pick'em, Jesus, you jackass. You jackass. All right. I have the Pick'em contest. You can still get in if you wanted to, Jesus. But here's your Pick'em matchup for you guys that aren't in it. This is what it'll look like. Pick'em matchup for the week is FJ versus Total Dallas, separated by 0.09 points right now. This is their lineups. All right. So JJ McCarthy, Joe Burrow, Chase Brown versus Alvin Kamara, James Cook, James Conner, Amon-Ra St. Brown versus Nico Collins, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton, Jerome Ford, Kyle Pitts Sr. versus Travis Kelce, Bears D versus Broncos D, and Dicker the Kicker versus Will Richard. So that'll be Total Dallas is predicted to win by the 0.09 points over FJ. So that is our Barry on Deck fantasy matchup of the week for week 2. I will have the what's it called? I'll have the form created here very, very shortly. In fact, I'll do that while we finish wrapping up here. So look, I just want to say, man, what up, Spoon? Did a media brief today and got roasted about my mustache. They didn't go after my fat, but my mustache. Spoon, you're so fucking funny, bro. Spoon, that is fucking hilarious. Spoon was in this town. Spoon, we have spent the entire show, which I started really late, but Spoon, we've spent the whole show talking about radio. Because we had more budget cuts here at ESPN 97.5 today. And, yesterday. And I may have gone off a little bit. But I like that you're here, Spoon, because you were in the business. And you still do media. But I was basically lamenting the fact that at some point, you got to stop blaming on-air talent for your lack of budget and start blaming sales and the fact that you don't really market your station and no one knows about it. And that's just a fact. But yeah, for those of you either coming in late or didn't hear, Paul Gallant no longer with ESPN 97.5, Joel Blank no longer with ESPN 97.5. Do me a solid. If you were fans of theirs, please reach out. Let them know that you were fans, you are fans, and let them know that whatever ventures they have down the road, you will be there just like you were there for me. Okay? Because that shit is important, man. B. Hannon said, I can't believe they let Paul work and then fire him. Oh, that is usually how it goes in the business. Which, again, I must say, it's why I have so much respect for Gal, Todd, and Gal Media. Because if you'll recall, when they let me go, I did 2 shows after they let me go. They told me Monday night. And then we did I took off on Tuesday to just gather my wits about me. Then we did a show on Wednesday. But they were going to let me do Tuesday and Wednesday. That never happens. So again, I don't want this to come across as me attacking them or harboring it. I love them people, man. I do. Nothing but respect. Sometimes you got to have honest conversations. Sometimes you have to have honest conversations. And that's what today was about. Okay? That's what today was about. This is honest conversations. Oh, yeah. We were all crying. Shit. That was a sad day, man. It was a really sad day. But that's not normal. Every time I was laid off, it was just after a show. Exactly. It's always been, you do the show, and when you're done, somebody comes in and says, hey, don't leave. When you're done packing up, come see me real quick. Kiss to death. That's when you know you're getting let go. You gonna say what will happen on the day of budget cuts for BOD? Will Jen do the show? No. Oliver will do the show. When there's budget cuts, Jen's gonna be like, I ain't doing this shit. Fuck you. She already don't get paid shit. Yeah, flip side, I don't think Nora would go for Gary, Indiana. Hell no. Oh, yeah. Jerome Solomon, too, was on there. Yeah, I forgot about that. You did find me. Amos said, I wasn't crying. You were crying. I was just cutting onions. Man, Trey was, oh, God. That really got me when Trey started crying. Oh, boy. But that just shows you how much a show can mean to everybody, right? Like the hosts, the people involved, like producers and interns, and to the listeners, to you guys. Man, that shit, I have never in my life been a part of anything like that final day on The Usual Suspects. The amount of respect and love, and even afterwards. Robert, love you, buddy. Even to now. I mean, all of this exists because of you guys and the love and respect and the effect that show had on y'all and on people. And they couldn't make money on that? What? Because there was more. There are more. They always say, for every one person that you have that calls a station or gives their opinion, There's 100 out there that feel the same way that you don't hear from. That's a fact. Hey, appreciate you, AR. Much love, homie. So I'm gonna wrap it up with this because I do need to get. Let me. I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'll just screenshot it. That's what I'll do. I'll just screen cap it for the go away. So I'll say this. It's not over for Joel. That man has so many options. And Paul too. But I don't know Paul like I know Joel. But Joel has so many options. He's got so many friends. His network, his Rolodex, his abilities just to hustle and make things happen. Don't think for 1 second that that's going to be the last that you hear from Joel and from Paul, like I said. But and I'll say this. When I get back from my little trip to Indiana, we may be having a lunch, Joel and I, to sit down and talk. Could be a thing. Could be some discussions had. I'll tell you, John Westling hit me up when he found out about Paul and about Joel. And he said, one word, BiffNet. And I was like, bro, damn it, man. But this is way too soon. There's no, it is just, let's just talk. Let's just talk. What does he want to do? What does he need to do? Right? What's best for him and his family and what's best for me? But I think it warrants a conversation. Spoon said usual suspect Saturday. That's crazy. I won't have time today, Titan Hugo. I have so much shit to do. I've got a flight that leaves at 6 a.m. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to just have to owe you. Yes, Heartthrob is near Tulsa. Yep, we do have one near Tulsa. Heartthrob is in the area. Hit him up. You doing a race out there? Hit up Heartthrob. He'll come out. He's always going out and supporting and shit. Hit him up, bro. Heartthrob will come out for sure. So, again, I hope this sheds some light. Do y'all have questions for me or anything before we cut loose? I just wanted to kind of give my 2 cents and thoughts on this, but yeah, I don't know. I just kind of wanted you to get an idea of just give you some insight into the business a little bit, and I don't know. I say my thoughts, but yeah, I don't know what I don't know how else to put it, I guess. What the fuck is this? Oh, there we go. I was like, what is happening? I'm looking for the screenshot I just made of the damn pick'em. What the shit? Oh my God, where is my screenshots at? You rickety bitches. Oh, okay. Why is this not popping up? Son of a bitch. There we go. All right. I've got the BOD pick'em. I already showed the yeah, here is okay, good. Done. Done. Settings, responses, link to a sheet. Create. Let me make sure this works. And then I'll post the link for you guys to do your pick'em. Yeah. I'm going. Okay. It worked. All right. Here's the link. Here's for the pick'em contest. You have until kickoff on Sunday to get your pick'ems in. And AR Platinum, you still have time to page in if you haven't already. Yeah. It's probably worth a rewatch, AR Platinum, for sure. Clarence, Canelo, or Crawford. Man, I would be guessing. Yeah, I don't know if Heartthrob's here right now, but hit him up on the Discord, Walt. Are you on the Discord? Hit him up on the Discord for sure. Appreciate you, AR. Much love, homie. All right, Amos. Good to see you, brother. Piano said, when I got fired, I knew it was coming. Yeah. A lot of folks do. Radio sucks. All right. Get your responses in. I see Total Dallas has got his in, so it is working. Okay. You have until noon kickoff to get them in. All right. Good deal. All right, everybody. That's a show. Good luck. We didn't get to do much sports, but I think it was worth it. Alec, what's up, buddy? Love you, man. All right. Sucks, man. Hate the radio business. Love it, but I hate it. All right, don't forget, no show tomorrow. I'm on the road. And then, Katie said, all right, I'm going to take a nap. I hate overnights. Yeah. No show tomorrow, and my flight home is... When do I fly back? Let me look. Oh, it's on Sunday. So we'll do a show on Monday. Unless some shit happens. Or I'm just exhausted. But look for a show on Monday. So we're good. Okay. Good deal. Well, I will see you guys on Monday then. Let's plan on it. Okay? All right. Get your picks in. You have until noon. Good luck in fantasy. Don't forget, get in on the DraftKings, by the way. We only had 4 people do DraftKings. That sucked. If you're scared by a dog, as AJ used to say, Jen will post DraftKings information on the Discord. If you're not a member of Patreon, go join. But yeah, Jen posts the DraftKings stuff on the Discord. It's like $5 to play. I mean, we used to get like 8, 9, 10 people doing that shit. Get in on that shit. It's fun. All right. Shut up, Spoon, jackass. Much love, Mark. Yeah, get it going. How do we get our picks to you? I posted the link, Donna. Here, I'll do it again. I'm going to post it on Discord as well. But these are the... Oh, I didn't post it. Oh, I didn't hit enter. That's why. There's the... There's the link for the stupid pick'em. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name of it. There it is. All right, so there's the pick'em contest link. And I'll post it on Discord as well. Okay? All right. I'll see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy the sports. Reach out to my boy Joel. Tell him you love him. Tell him you support him. And be on the lookout. You never know what could happen. I gotta go read up on this Charlie Kirk stuff, man. The fuck is that about? Conservative activist Charlie Kirk dies after being shot. That's just so fucked. Politics is politics. Yeah, good luck on your pick 'em, Mina. Good job getting in, brother. Jet on Twitch. Shit. All right. We're going to get it on Monday, I promise. I promise. Didn't have time. I didn't want to do it a disservice. I promise you. Because we got to do it right. All right? Hey, do me 3 favors. Be safe. Be kind. Love each other. I'll see you on Monday. And he's making a YouTube video.